Hello, YouTube and YTPC members. Fireplug here from the Urban Bunker. I have been away for a little bit from videos at least. Every so often when I catch a live, I try to go in and show my presence to whomever might be giving that live video. Basically, why I'm making this video is not so much a VR, kind of like a accompaniment to Typing Piper's videos about the EBT SNAP benefits. I've been looking into the whole issue, and I actually have food stamps, so I am finding the whole process rather interesting. Many of you might remember way back when I think it was FEMA that originally said we suggest people stock enough to be able to survive for 1 week without help. That's 1 week. That's for a majority of people that would be difficult. And then eventually it got shifted to 2 weeks. Okay, well, if you have enough for that 1 week, maybe you can get it to last 2, food and water. And then somewhere along the line, it jumped to prepare for 6 months. 6 months of food, 6 months of water. And now all of a sudden, after announcing that it is now 6 months of possibility of not getting help, the government shut down, the electronic benefits get withheld, disabilities, anyone getting disability will be affected. WIC, as Typing Piper mentioned, will get affected. And basically, if you're getting any kind of money, including tax returns, then that will be in limbo somewhere. Now, maybe it's just my paranoia playing on me that I'm putting this all together in one nice little bundle that the government had all of this planned. Back when they were saying 1 week, 2 weeks, they knew that eventually it was going to be this lengthy period. And it seems like the whole wall thing, we have to build a wall, that is becoming a smokescreen. And I know for anybody that has followed this channel for any given time, they may have noticed I don't talk about religion and don't talk politics. A long time ago, I was told that that would be the start of many issues. And I'm not going to talk politics. Um, I'm not going to condemn Trump or condemn the Democrats or anything like that. What I'm going to do is just do what I've been doing. The video that I've seen says that, well, before I mention that, food stamps basically gets put on hold February 1st. So, in order to allow people to get their February deposit, they're actually going to release it in January 20th, I believe. And the video that I saw explaining this says flat out that it isn't a bonus. Use this amount to withstand for the possibility of there not being anything after February. So nobody knows how long the government is going to be gone, basically. No one knows how long this food stamp crash will be. For myself, I don't really know a time frame on what I have food-wise or water-wise, for that matter. I do know that I have several gallons of water, and I do have a whole lot of food. Every time I go shopping, I pick up more food than I would normally need. So I've been squirreling that little extra bit away. And what's interesting is the reusable grocery bags. After portioning out whatever I'm going to be storing them in, I filled up, I think it was 2 of those reusable bags with just food and put them to the side. So I have what I might have in my cabinets and also the portion that I've put to the side. And I've done the same with the water. I'm not saying that I'm surprised that something like this got announced. I'm not saying that I was right, I told you so. But suddenly, as I was talking with my ex this morning, when she dropped off some of, change of clothes for my daughter when she got out of school, she could change into when I brought her up here. And suddenly all of the paranoid, delusional nonsense that she said I was spouting didn't seem so far-fetched. Um, she also has food stamps and gets disability actually for being legally blind. So if this government shutdown affects both of those, she would get hit harder, more than likely, than I would. Although, of course, the only options I have available to me is what the veteran clinic can do, the VA, or what my family, my uncle and my cousin can do. Um, but yeah, as far as food stamps go, um, some of you that aren't on it and might not have ever had food stamps, one of the rules to them are you if it's applied to food, because I think there's two different kinds, one for money and one for food. And the one for, I've only ever gotten the one for food. So for food, basically you can go to anywhere that would normally sell food, like a grocery store, going into a convenience store, uh, pretty much anywhere. As Typing Piper mentioned in one of his recent videos, he mentioned not being able to get alcohol. Well, that's true, you can't get alcohol. But if you're there and they have chips or jerky or something like that, that can be put with the food stamps. And as far as getting fast food, you can't get any of that, obviously. It has to be cold food. Like, for example, I can go to Publix and I'm not able to get a rotisserie chicken that they have. But if they have some in their cold area that might have been sitting out too long, so in order to not waste it, they put a date on it and put it out in their near their potato salad and things like that. That can be used. I know for their subs or hoagies or whatever your part of the world calls it, the cold cut sandwiches, I guess, would be a universal term. But you can get one fresh made and use your food stamps for that. Or if they have pre-made ones, it can go towards that also. So it does take some learning what you can actually use with the card. It's not actual bills anymore. It's a swipe of the card as everyone is going to a card. But it is a learning curve, I suppose. And if you do happen to get anything that isn't covered, then if it's all running up together, when you swipe your card and put in your information and the amount gets deducted, whatever isn't covered would be left. So, yeah, the alcohol, liquor, tobacco products, that sort of thing, unfortunately, can't be used. Because I know the area that I'm in, if it was able to be used for those things, that would be what they would normally go for, other than food. But this is turning out to be a lengthy video, and if you are still watching this, I thank you. As you might notice, I do have some fabric that I wasn't using for its original use, so I cut off a portion of it, and I can actually use it as a schmuck. Take that off. Yeah, it's maybe 2 feet of it that I cut off, and it's wide enough to where I can actually see the camera, and it's tie-dyed. It actually has a Buddha on it, because when I was originally given this, I didn't really mind that religion or anything like that. And here I go with talking about religion and politics. So in one video, I have more than likely started a few different arguments, but yeah, I've actually been making things that I could, because I don't have the money to buy the alternative, as many of you may or may not know. I have, obviously, this is just one thing that I've done. I have the portable little stoves that I made out of cans. And I also have made kind of like a survival blanket, so it can reflect body temperature back onto you or away from you, depending on how you have it situated. You never know when these things might be needed. And if everything is shut down because of the government not wanting to do what a certain side wants, then you're basically left to whatever comes available. So I do have options to keep myself fed, hydrated, warm. So, yeah. Thank you for all of the subscribers, both old and new. And to those still watching, 20 minutes, that's probably about normal for my rambling videos. But thank you for watching. Comment if you'd like. Like if you want. Just ignore it. Do whatever it is you're going to do. And I'll see you around. Probably in a live if somebody's doing one and we both end up going to it. So until then, keep your eyes on the horizon and watch your six.